My name's Nancy. We've lived here for 2.5 years. Maddie was the light of our life. She never met a dog, cat, human that she didn't warm up to and greet warmly, even if they didn't like her. She's like, that's okay. I'm just telling you, I'm here if you need me. When we first met Maddie, she was 3 months old. There were only 3 in her litter. And when she came barreling out of that kitchen to meet us for the first time, we knew she was our girl. The 2 other ones in her litter, brother and sister, immediately curled up and fell asleep saying, good, you take her, because she's relentless. And she was. She would immediately take a running leap onto a couch, climb up the back, jump off the back of it, turn around, run around to the front, do it over and over and over. She was a crazy puppy. And we knew she was ours. In a mud puddle that she didn't enjoy playing in, I'd take her to a dog park probably 3 times a week just to get the energy out of her. And she would find the biggest, dirtiest, muddiest puddle and roll in it. Even the other dogs would be like, oh, really? That's gross. And we used to call her Pigpen. That and her fixation with bunnies. She almost tore my rotator cuff out so many times because she would be going for walks. A bunny would just be somewhere in the vicinity and she would just take off, forgetting that I'm attached to her by a leash. And then she would come skulking back, kind of with the look on her face like, I'm sorry, Mom, but it was a bunny. I had to go. She was fantastic. We moved here 2 years ago, knowing that we needed to find a vet, and just through the unpacking experience, I kept putting it off. I usually would take her for our daily walks and turn left, and that particular day I chose to turn right, and that path led us right by True Bond. Tex came running out to the street to meet us and introduce themselves and say they're having an open house, and would Maddie and I like to come in? And of course they said there would be a lot of treats for Maddie. So that was okay. Yep, we'll go, because she will never turn down a treat. And that was the start of a beautiful relationship. She was showered with love. Dr. Dietrich took us on a personalized tour of the back, state-of-the-art equipment. It was just beautiful. Problem was, that was a Saturday. So Sunday comes, and Maddie, of course, is hot to trot, wanting to go on her morning walk. I had planned on turning left because I knew the vet wasn't open, but Maddie didn't know that. So she had such a spring in her step. Her 13-year-old body was like a puppy again. She couldn't walk to this vet's office fast enough to get here. Gets to the door, puts her nose right at the opening of the door, looks up at me like, well, come on, let's open the door. Let's go in. I need my treats. I need my love. I need all this. So trying to explain to a dog that the vet's office is closed was a very hard thing. She gave me the stink eye most of the way home. I was not her happy person by then. So I knew Monday morning, first thing, I would have to come and bring her back here. And that started our daily visits to True Bond. The relationship with the staff, the love that she showed them, the love that they showed her was incredible. One tech would stop on her way to work and pick up at a dog bakery, pick up a personalized cookie for Maddie with her name on it. They had a biscuit drawer specifically. Those are Maddie's treats, not anybody else's, just Maddie's treats. Her favorite thing was to come in the back. And every once in a while, when it wasn't too crazy back here, Maddie got this special day. She got to come back. And I don't know why, there was no food back here for her, but she just got to see all the techs and all the groomers and greet the dogs that were back there. She loved it. At Christmas, they gave her an advent calendar for dogs. The staff just came up with these things. They bought her scarves, personalized little scarves with her name on it. I mean, not just like the generic that they got from the groomer. They specifically bought one with her name embroidered on it. When she turned 14 in January, that was a momentous occasion for Maddie to live that long. Was just an amazing thing, and especially because she's an amazing dog. The staff planned a birthday party, complete with a personalized cake, party favors, hats, balloons, you name it. All the staff brought in their dogs, and we had a dog party. Where else but in the back? Maddie's favorite place to be in the whole wide world. She has a birthday princess banner that I still have. They gave her a crown. It was amazing. And Maddie had the biggest smile on her face. She was in heaven. Shortly after that, Maddie started going a little bit more downhill, pain management becoming more and more difficult, and we knew she was suffering. And I had always told Maddie that, you tell me when it's your time. So about a week and a half went in, and I had the look. She could no longer walk her Maddie Mile. It was a half mile here from her house and half mile back. So we would drive her and put her in the car just so she could come see her friends. But we also knew that start making plans. And Dr. Dietrich was so good about relieving the guilt that we were feeling. And then the day came that it was the day to have her come in and say goodbye. And I'll tell you, every single staff member came in to say goodbye to her. There were 2 that had a prior commitment and they couldn't come here, but they came to our house in the morning and spent 2 hours sitting by next to Maddie's bed and giving her treats and love. And she loved every minute of it. 3:30, February 12th. That was our day. That was our time. Do you know that day she came in? She was so excited. She had a skip in her step. She was hopping up and down, so excited to see everybody, which of course made it even harder for us knowing what we're going to do. Every staff member was here. Every staff member had a chance to say goodbye. They even put Cheese Whiz on the floor so Maddie could lick up the Cheese Whiz because they knew she loved food so much. The idea of the Maddie Mile was my husband's. Anyone who knows, who has had to say goodbye to a pet, you know how hard it is and how long that grieving process is. But we couldn't let go of her memory because she was such a special girl. So we met with Dr. Dietrich and Mrs. Dietrich and we said, what can we do? Let's do something. I miss having dog fur in my pool. Can we make it a walk for everybody brings their dog? We walk from the vet's office to our pool, let the dogs play in the pool, and just have a party remembering Maddie. So last year was the first annual, and now I think it's ready to blossom. And now we can take Maddie's love for other dogs and cats and extend it to help them by raising money through a nonprofit so that those dogs and cats whose owners maybe not be able to afford the treatment that they really need, that through Maddie, they can have that and they can get relief from their pain and treatment for whatever is ailing them, or maybe much needed vaccines that they can't have because the owner can't afford it. So please consider coming to the Maddie Mile and join us in remembering her memory. Thank you.
Hey guys, it's Aria here at Trubon Veterinary Center. I just wanted to tell you a little bit about Maddie and her mom Nancy and why they're so important to our clinic. I remember the first time that I met both of them, they were walking outside and we were having our first open house and I ran out there and invited them in. And I think from that moment on, Maddie and her mom started visiting us every day on their walks. They would come in, Maddie would get tons of treats, tons of love. She tried to barrel through the back door of the treatment area because that was her favorite place to be. She was not happy or content until she was able to go to the very back to make sure everyone that was working there knew she was there and that she needed love and treats. She just became basically our mascot. Everyone loved her. Everyone looked forward to both of them coming to the clinic and just having that happy time. We call it happy visits, to just bond with each other and just have a little bit of downtime and just strengthen that bond between everyone here and Maddie and her mom. It was very special. Everyone looked forward to it. Those are some of the best memories that I have, is both of them coming into the clinic and just Maddie with her big old smile. Even when it got difficult for Maddie to kind of move, she got too tired, her mom would drive her here just so she could come and visit everyone. That was very special to us all.
I'm April. I'm one of the veterinary assistants here at Trubon Veterinary Center, and one of my best memories of Maddie is her 14th birthday party that we celebrated here. Clinicians brought our own pets to celebrate with her, and I had 2 older pets at the time too, so they got to celebrate with Maddie, and we had a cake for her and hat, and it was a really great time to bond with each other outside of our normal work things that we do here. So it was nice to be able to treat Maddie to a birthday party, and I loved seeing her every day with her mom on their daily walks.